Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and for another Christmas video. Today you're in for a super lovely treat that I hope will leave you with all the fuzzies, all the warm fuzzies, all the hygge, all the good vibes and feelings for Christmas and what you want your Christmas to be. I've got an interview with Leo from The Best Christmas Yet. As always, the links where you can find Leo will be in the description below. She's got a YouTube channel and Facebook and all the usual jazz. So make sure that you go and check out her videos. But yeah, let's meet Leo and have a chat about all the warm fuzzy Christmas things. Oh, you've got your tree up. Awesome. I can't hear you now. Oh, there you go.
Get the tree up so that I can start doing some videos and start getting some things ready. And I just thought the longer I delay it,
yeah,
just get it up.
Yeah.
My daughter thought, "Is it Christmas soon?" It's like, no.
I know. It's really hard. Like I've got my bunting up. That's as far as I went. I got some bunting out because the trouble is like with having children around and being a business or a blogger or something, but talking about Christmas, it's really flipping awkward, isn't it? Like, and a lot of the time, like I have to film when there are children around and all that kind of stuff. So trying to kind of, and my children, can your children hear?
No, downstairs.
No, my children are still true believers, and so trying to manage that is a bit tricky at times. Do you find that?
Yes, I find last year I did a video and I was saying, and you've got to help the elf sometimes because the elf needs a bit of help, because I thought, well, if she ever wants any of this.
Yeah.
But, she's just started high school, so I don't know how much longer, but I don't want anyone else's children to watch a video and then go, but Mummy, I thought you said,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I would feel awful.
Yeah, I usually try and preface my videos by saying, if you've got believers in earshot or something like that, that kind of thing. I do try, because I am, obviously having children of my own, I am very conscious of that kind of thing. And, because like past times I've shared, like they're out of the house, like their dad's taken them out today because I'm just doing a few videos. I thought, while I'm doing videos, if he's going to take them out, I might as well do a load of videos. But, I have to wait till they're out of the house until I can do like the Christmas stocking videos and the Christmas Eve boxes and all that kind of stuff, because just to get all the stuff out of hiding is enough. Do you know what I mean? And like, yeah, so yeah, bless them. So it is tricky. It is tricky, isn't it? But we're doing it. So,
do you do that thing?
You what?
I have to ask. Do you do that thing where over a few months before Christmas, you kind of sneak out a decoration here to see if the Mr. notices and sneak out a decoration there until he's like, hold on, what's going on?
No, I'm really lucky because John's really into Christmas like me. So, and actually it was last year, he was the one who was championing to get the tree before I was. Because when I grew up, it was always... like my mum's a bit superstitious, well, a lot superstitious about loads of things, and she was always like, can't put the tree up till December, and last year John was like, let's just, it's might as well do Christmas now, like, and I was like, what, it's not December? So I'm really lucky that he's actually like, no, come on, let's do Christmas, because in the past he's also done, he's got a YouTube channel, and he's also done Christmas content on his channel, so I'm really pleased that like he's a Christmas aficionado as well. So
love it, absolutely love it. You're my people.
Yes, I know. And I was talking to, as I said, I did the interview with Christmas Prepper, and I was saying that like I started one day doing a video in my room, and over time I've connected with loads of different people online, and I've met such lovely people, and I've got in-person friends, but they're not always into the same stuff that I am, and like And I've found like the people that are really into the same stuff as me, I found online, and I've, you know, some of them have become in-person friends now as well. But I just really like connecting with people on.
It's quite funny. Through my love of Christmas, I've met people in Norway, in America. I've got friends like in like several different countries over the world, just because I love Christmas, and because we've had and Harry Potter, we've come to become friends just through things like that. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And actually next year I'm meeting up with a friend from Norway.
Oh wow.
So yeah, because we're going to the Harry Potter studios.
Awesome.
And you know, it was just it was weird how it happened.
Yeah. I know, it's fantastic. And you just got it's just people that you just connect with. You just think like, how did this happen? Like, we're amazing friends and we met via this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Okay, so we talked about meeting people online and stuff. And you've met up with, you know, you're talking about like you meet people with other interests and things. So how has that influenced kind of your Christmas planning style at all, or do you plan differently, or are you still on the same sort of path as you would be?
Yes and no. There are some things that are traditional in our family that just won't change over the years. And there's some things that will change, obviously, as my daughter gets older. But like I've got a Christmas friend. When I say Christmas friend, she's not only a Christmas friend, but you know what I mean. And she lives in America. And it's interesting to hear and note how they do things. And then some of those little bits and pieces I'll integrate into how we do it. And last year, my friend from Norway, she sent me a little box before Christmas, and inside there was some like baking supplies for you know, Norwegian kind of Christmas treats. Like they've got like this ring. Oh my goodness! Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's probably got a name that I just can't pronounce. But it was like this ring of like almondy kind of. Oh, and you have to make it. So she sent me all these ingredients with instructions, and I was making these things, and it was so lovely. With recipes, and she sent me like different kinds of Christmassy teas that she likes. It was absolutely fabulous.
Oh, I want one of them friends.
That she does. I know, right? Some of the little things that she does and how they do Christmas there, I was just like, oh, I need to integrate that. I need to learn.
Yeah.
So it got me interested in Christmas around the world and what other people do and how they, you know, it's fantastically interesting.
Well, just even in this country, because, you know, like I was saying, like, we only ever put the tree up on the 1st of December, and then, you know, you've got other people who are like, no, it always goes up on the 24th of December, and I find it absolutely fascinating, like how, you know, some people do Christmas crackers, some people do Christmas puddings, you know, even just in this country, there's so many different traditions, and then as we sort of like bring in other cultures and marry people from different countries and that kind of stuff, it's like, as you say, everyone's brought different things in, and like just our family, we've got like John's family, my family, we've sort of merged our traditions. Absolutely fascinating. I love it. I need to find a Christmas swap friend in another country. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing is, I didn't even know she was sending it until she went a couple of days before. Oh, I've sent you something. It should be there in a few days. I was like, what? And she knitted the most amazing mittens because she knits like beautifully. And it was such a lovely gift to receive. I tell you what, it felt like all my Christmases had come at once.
Yeah.
I was just so excited.
Oh, that is just amazing. Oh, I want to find one of them. So why do you plan for Christmas?
Why don't other people? It's like, why? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
What's like your main
people plan?
What's like your main motivator? Like, you know, what's like particularly early, you know, like obviously everyone sort of does plan for Christmas because they buy the food, they, you know, most people write shopping lists for food and all that kind of stuff, but why so early? Like, what?
There's two reasons really. The first one is because I love Christmas, and I just think to myself, you know, if it's something you love and something you enjoy, why not enjoy it as long as you can?
Yeah.
Why not? Why if it's something that really brings you the cozies, you know, the feeling of just like joy, and why not do that? And why keep it for only a part of the year? That doesn't make sense to me. I just think to myself, if it's something, if you love reading, why would you only read Christmas? Or why would you, you know, just go for it. Enjoy it all the time. You do you. And don't you let anybody else tell you that you can't do it.
Yeah.
But also, I think Christmas can be, I mean, it's our most opulent and it's the most stressful in some situations part of the holiday celebrations of the year. And I just think to myself, it's my Christmas too.
Yeah.
It's my Christmas too. And while I am the one who does most of the planning and most of the organising, I just think to myself, I plan early so that I can relax too when it comes to it.
Mm.
So if I get the things that I need to do, the things I need to plan out of the way, while I enjoy it, I still think to myself, that frees me up later not to be going, oh, I've forgotten to do this, I've forgotten to do that,
Definitely.
I think to myself, but I can also have a peaceful Christmas and enjoy myself.
Yeah.
So I keep saying that in our videos to everyone. It's your Christmas too.
Yeah.
Get your mum to bring a dish. Get your sister to bring something. Get everybody involved. It's your Christmas too.
Yeah. Definitely. Because, and actually, like, in couples, in male and female couple relationships, I've noticed it is always the female who seems to do. I don't know whether it's just because the women love it or what, but those people are always the ones who seem to do it all. It seems to always fall onto our shoulders. And yeah, you're right. And I love that. Like, as you said, why don't you get so and so to bring a dish each? Why is it when you go to someone's house for Christmas dinner, it's always the host who seems to do blooming everything, isn't it? And they always look knackered and run off their feet, and everyone else is sitting there going, "Oh, glad that's not me this year." You're right. Why don't you get Auntie Jill to bring the Brussels sprouts and Cousin Mary to bring the stuff in?
Absolutely.
Brilliant idea.
I think to myself, if you're going to come around my house, that means that we're friends enough that I can say to you, "Oh, would you get out the fridge and chop that up for me? Would you?" Do you know what I mean? And I just think to myself, if we're at the point where we're celebrating together or where we're having a little mingle and jingle party or something, I always go to someone's house and say, "What can I help with?"
Yeah.
Because I don't like standing around like a lemon. Do you know what I mean? I like to get involved and, do what I can because I know what it's like to host and be that person afterwards going, "That was absolutely rotten. I've had a horrible time.
Yeah.
I'm miserable. I'm fed up. I'm going upstairs with a Galaxy bar."
Yeah. And it's really awkward as well when you go around someone's house and you're like, okay, I'll just sit here and there's Granny in the corner that you don't really know and you're like, hello. I think that's a brilliant idea. Brilliant. So how early have you started your planning? Either this year, what's the earliest you've started planning?
January.
Yeah, awesome.
That's most years.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Okay. No, absolutely. So go on then. What did you do? What did you do this year? What's kind of like?
You know what? I never stopped planning for Christmas. So in January, as soon as Christmas was over, I'm going, okay, what's in the sales I can pick up for next year? What did I really love when I saw it in the shops and thought to myself, that's a bit expensive. I'm not quite prepared to pay that.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the sales.
Yeah.
Because I don't really need it, but I want it.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of wants when it comes to Christmas. I don't need it. Really don't need it, but I want it.
Yeah.
So I will, I'll scout out things like that, put it on my list. There's always general things that I like to stock up on because they get used every year, your wrapping paper and all that kind of stuff. Although I did have a look in the cupboard this morning and have a small heart attack because I've got about 40 rolls of bits of used wrapping paper that I'm now going to use up. That's it. No more wrapping paper this year. I'm cutting myself off.
Yeah, cold turkey.
I'll pick up crackers and I'll pick up, all sorts of things like that. That when it comes around to next year, I know that I don't have to pay full price for those things because, I like a bit of a bargain if I can get one, and I don't see why I can't save a bit of cash now for later because that just means I've got more money to book something or to enjoy. So I really am passionate about not getting into debt for Christmas.
Yes, yeah, me too.
Not using the credit card if possible.
Yeah.
It just really makes you miserable. And it's just, so I think to myself, if I can shop in the sales and pick up a few bits and pieces, pick up birthday presents, because you can pick up lovely things in the sales.
Yeah.
If you can pick up next year's Christmas jumpers and things like that, pajamas or, all sorts of things, and you can get them at a good price, obviously the next age up.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've bought the same age and they're didn't fit.
Yeah.
So I gave it away. But I just don't think it's going to wait for him.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm the same. Like, I've bought things like, I don't know, like my girls always get, like those expanding flannels you can buy. Do you know what I mean? The flannel that's like really compressed, like
yeah. I love them.
They're generic and like crayons and things like that. And so when they're on sale, I'm like, I'll put that away because like the real generic stuff, it doesn't really, as you say, like everyone wants a flannel or whatever. It's like well, absolutely, because there's only so many paydays before
You've always got to have socks in your stockings.
Oh yeah, we always have socks. Always have socks.
You've got to have there's certain specific things. Like there's always got to be a Terry's chocolate orange.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a real orange.
Yeah.
Terry's chocolate orange. Times have moved on.
Yeah. In the toe. Yeah. We always used to have a real one.
The things that you always find in your stocking, and if they're not there, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But didn't socks this year?
Yeah. I know. No, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So do you have like a priorities list, or how do you plan? Because obviously if you're planning early, are you literally just picking things up when you see them, or do you start that early with a priorities list, or basically how do you plan? If you were to start now, how would you start your planning?
I think for everyone it's different because everyone has got their main priority.
Yeah.
When it comes to Christmas, some people gifts are not a priority.
Yeah.
For some people, it's just having the whole family around the table, having a dig-in Christmas dinner, chatting, just having the whole family around the table. And if that's your priority, that's what you start planning first. For me, I love to give gifts. I love to make gifts and give them because I find that to me is just so much more special. If I can make something and know that it's just exactly what that person would love.
Yeah.
And you can't buy them in a shop, that for me is even better.
Oh, yeah,
because then
nice.
it's like bespoke.
Yeah.
And for me, it's gift giving, and also I love to make Christmas. How do I say this? For me, it's about the feeling of Christmas in our home.
100% agree.
I love. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
You can have that kind of Christmas tree up in your living room, but it's cold. Nobody feels like they're in the spirit. Everyone's just bar humbugging. I hate that. That to me is just not Christmas. It must feel like Christmas when you walk in. It must smell like Christmas. It must feel. Friday nights in December, movie night, popcorn, hot chocolate, cozy blankets, pajamas. Come on, that feels like Christmas. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
to me, that's a massive part of it.
I'm like, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Like in December, early December, out comes the s'mores basket because that's where we start the fires, and then you can make s'mores in the evenings after dinner. Come on. For me, it's all about the feels of Christmas.
Yeah.
And those feelings are what you remember years later. You might remember what you got your Christmas present when you were 6.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know what?
You remember the smell of Mum's mince pies, right?
Yeah, every Sunday when I was a child, every Sunday, when it got dark, the lights would go on the tree. And I was an only child, and my mum and dad humoured me. We always had a Christmas carol singing concert around our tree at home with mince pies, which I used to. My mum used to buy the mince pies, and then I used to sell them to my parents. But I remember that because at the time, yes, I probably did love the latest Barbie or the skateboard or whatever it was I got. But as an adult, what I remember now about Christmas is the sitting around the tree on a Sunday evening singing carols and, that kind of stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I totally get it. And yeah, as you're right with the priorities, for me, I would say at the moment, my priorities is probably on the gifts because I've got small children and they're all they're true believers, and for them it's like the wham, Father Christmas has bought stocking, he's bought presents, blah 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 blah. But probably prior, probably once they're grown up, it'll probably be about the food and the table and having and gathering all the people as the in-laws become ancient and that kind of stuff. It's probably more about treasuring time with them. And so yeah, I think it also sort of moves, doesn't it, depending on what period of your life you're at.
Absolutely. What period you're at? I mean, I love to cook and I love to bake. I love preparing food for people, and I love having people. Do you know what? This is going to sound. This is not a negative connotation, right? I love feeding people.
Yeah.
I love people being happy and eating and going, this is so good. Oh, I love it. Do you know what I mean? I love being in my house and making something. And they're like, oh my gosh, can I have this recipe? And that's one of the things I love about Christmas. We have a little, well, we didn't have it last year because of COVID, but we had like a little mingle and jingle party in early December. And people come around and everyone brings a dish. It's kind of like a potluck thing. And we all get together and I make mulled wine in the slow cooker. And I'll tell you something, just have everyone around, mingling, chatting, a bit of boobla in the background, just, you know, nibbles, having fun, the kids running in and out. Best ever, because we don't have a lot of family in the UK. I've got my mother-in-law and I've got some family who live a little bit further away. So, and they've got 7 children. So they have Christmas by themselves and we can't see them in December. But it's just us 4, Steve, myself, my daughter and my mother-in-law around on Christmas Day. So because the mingle and jingle is when we're going to get to do, that's our family. They're our friends, but they're our family. You know? And
oh, it's fantastic.
You can't beat it. You can't beat the vibe. You can't beat the feeling. And everyone's happy and somebody's got a hat on from a cracker and it's my happy place.
Do you know what? I could just talk to you all day because I have so many warm fuzzies right now. I can't freaking wait for November now because I'm like, come on. I'm like, so, like, just talking to you, I'm just like, oh yeah, so many warm fuzzies. But so you've got it nailed. You know exactly what you're doing. You know what you want to create and all that kind of stuff. And people like who perhaps haven't started and want to start and that kind of stuff, and they look at you, they look at me, they look at the Christmas prepper, you know, and they're like, wow, they look like they've got it all together and they know what they're doing. What bit of advice would you give them for starting, getting started, or, you know, anything?
I always 100% start with a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I'm going to the sales, I go, right, this is how much money I'm spending on the sales, right? Because at the end of the day, I once got myself into so much debt, and I was literally I was so worried. And that feeling of worry that just sits on your shoulders so heavy, I'll never do it again, ever. So I always say to people, work out what your outgoings are in a month, yeah? And whatever you have left, look at what you can reasonably spend on Christmas between now and December, and literally that is your Christmas budget for now. Unless you do it the other way around, which I'll talk about in 2 seconds. But do not get out your credit card. Give it a break, because you're going to be paying off that credit card until July next year.
Yeah.
If you literally get into debt. Because it's so easy. You just tap these days. You tap your card, tap.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you have a nervous breakdown when you see that bill.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
So I would say to anybody, literally look at your budget, how much money you've got to spend, and then do Christmas accordingly. Don't do it the other way around. Oh, I'll just spend everything on just anything, and then go, oh my Lord, look at this bill. I've now got to pay this all back. Nothing is worse than that feeling of dread in the pit of your stomach. Where is this extra money coming from?
And that really taints the experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just to know that in the back of your mind, while your kids are opening up their presents, oh my word, I've got to pay for that for the next 6 months. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Basically, what I did a few years back, about nearly 10 years now, is I opened up a separate bank account, and every month I would put money into that separate bank account. I've now got a direct debit that just takes off just a bit of money every month, squirrels it away.
Yeah.
And then if I see gifts when I'm out and about, I will buy it from that bank account.
Yeah.
I don't use this month's salary to buy those gifts. I use the bank account that's specifically for Christmas. And if there's money left over in that bank account after Christmas, that will go towards either next year's, or it'll go towards the Christmas sales or what have you. So, I mean, people save for a holiday.
Yeah.
Some people have got a holiday fund, or I've got a Christmas fund.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to land up in debt, and I don't want to put myself and my husband in that kind of situation where, you know, if something terrible does happen, touch wood it doesn't, that we're now not only in debt, but we can't afford, it's just not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it. And nothing makes Christmas feel like dread than being in credit card debt.
And it doesn't sneak up on you. You know exactly when it is every year as well, don't you? And, you know, so, yeah.
Yeah. So So I say to people, start with your budget, right? And then get your gifts out the way. Get your gifts out the way. I mean, if you're planning now, I'm starting to wrap gifts now. So that when it comes to December, when people are frantically wrapping Christmas presents in the evenings, I'm relaxing watching, The Holiday. So that's, like I said, it's my Christmas too. So if I can get everything done ahead of time, stick the labels on good and tight, stick them on, really stick them on, so they don't fall off. So you don't have to unwrap, done that. Unwrap and then rewrap. And keep yourself a list. Make sure you know exactly, who's got what. And when it comes to December, take a load off. What are you going to do in December? I plan what I'm going to do to relax in December. Because lovely. I just think to myself, it's my Christmas.
Yeah.
When everyone goes to bed, I come back downstairs in my slip, my gown, and I have a hot chocolate by the Christmas tree just with the lights on and nothing else. Because I deserve it. I've worked hard for this.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. But do you know what I mean?
I do.
That's the way I can look forward to Christmas as a good experience and not I'm so glad that's over.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because for me, as I say, it's like all about like the memory building, the activities, and I want to be, not even spending money. Like I talk about this all the time. That like things that we do and we really enjoy doing every single year are actually free. We make crackers with the kids out of loo roll tubes and things like that. That's totally free. It's no money, but that gives the whole family so much joy. And spending time together and crafting, and the kids love it and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. I want that time. I don't want to be like, sorry kids, I can't spend Sunday afternoon doing that with you because mummy's got to go shopping or, that kind of stuff. I want to be able to do all those things. I want to build those memories for my children. Definitely.
You're absolutely right. And I think when it comes to a lot of people who put themselves in debt over Christmas, when you're in debt and you're so worried about money, you're grumpy. Really grumpy. And the children are excited at Christmas and all you can think about is, don't talk to me, I'm stressed, I'm grumpy over. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be Scrooge at Christmas. You want to be the mum, the fun mum.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of resentment. I think, resentment over having to do all that, feeling tired. Absolutely. Totally.
And one thing I really want to push forward this Christmas, and I'm going to really start saying this in all of my videos. Stop looking at other people. When it comes to Christmas, you do your Christmas the way you want to do it, the way your family loves it. If that means you get out decorations that you made when you were 6, get them out. It doesn't matter that your tree doesn't compare to whichever wag has got her famous fancy tree on Instagram or what have you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You do your Christmas your way because you love it.
Absolutely.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I do. My friend, she always spends Christmas with her dad. And do you know what they do on Christmas Day? They go to a takeaway on Christmas Eve and get a takeaway ready for, and like they reheat it like a Chinese or a curry or whatever. And that is what they have on Christmas Day. And I just love that because they are doing Christmas their way. Like that is what's, I just love that. Because, like...
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's brilliant.
I think life is too short to live by the expectations of other people.
Yes.
And to live by the highlight reel of what other people do.
Yeah.
I mean, my tree behind me is not professionally decorated. I like it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion, that matters.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
And I think it's when you see the wonder in your children's eyes when they see the tree or when they've helped decorate it and they stand back and they go, Mummy, it's beautiful.
Yes.
And it's hodgepodge with decorations.
Oh, I never rearrange it. I never do.
Faces.
I know. I'm not, because I know some people don't like it when their children decorate the tree and then they rearrange it when they've gone to bed. I never do that because I just know that was important to them. And my daughter's got a really good memory and she would be devastated. Yeah, she would be devastated if she came down and I'd rearranged it because she'd be like, her self-worth, her like,
Absolutely.
it's their Christmas too. It's a family house. It's a family Christmas. They can, And the
other thing I think as well is so important is that Christmas, while it's your Christmas too, it's also your Christmas. And while you want to make it special for them and you want everything to be perfect for them, let them help you.
Yes.
Because that's what they remember.
Yes.
That's what they take into their lives going ahead.
Yes.
And they go, oh, I remember the smell of this. I used to bake this with my mum at Christmas. Oh, I remember that. We used to, it came out really wonky and the gingerbread house conked on itself, but we had so much fun. And that's what people remember.
Yeah, our Yule log that looked like a cactus one year. It did.
You're lucky it looked like a cactus.
Yeah.
They look less appetizing than that.
But like, she loved it. We all loved it. It was great fun, and we still talk about the Christmas cactus. Oh.
And I've got a confession to make.
I've
never made my own Swiss roll. I've never made my own Swiss roll and I think this year is the year. I've been worried about it all cracking and looking. I don't know.
Oh, ours does. Oh, ours always does. It's never perfect, but that's what icing's for. And the thing is, it still tastes the same. It still tastes the same. It's still just chocolate cake with chocolate icing. And so, And I always do it with my daughters. And it always cracks. It never goes properly. Screw it. We have fun doing it. We slather the icing on. We put all the little... I've still got all my Nan's vintage cake decoration things. We put them on the top.
Oh,
it tastes fine. We all have fun. Who cares?
Do you know what? I'm going to try it this year.
Yeah,
I'm not
do
going to
it.
go and buy Mr. McVitie's or whoever. What is his name? Oh, one of them.
Yeah.
I usually buy a Swiss roll and I think, it'll come out better this way because I don't feel confident. But I think I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, give it a go. Definitely.
That is my Christmas commitment this year.
I'm going to hold you to that. I want to see you post a picture of your Yule log.
I'm going to put it out there.
Oh, brilliant. Well, our time is coming towards an end because we've only got half an hour. Is there anything else you want to say? I mean, it's just been fantastic talking to you, and I'd actually really like to do it again because I think it's just amazing talking to people with who love Christmas just as much.
You know what? We should do like a call with a bunch of people who are all just having like a moan. What do they call it?
Bitch and stitch.
I can't say the real word, but a moan and a bacon manta or something. Do something like that. And then the last thing I want to say to people is it's so hard not to want to go overboard at Christmas. Okay, because you want to do all the things, all the Christmassy things. Oh, I saw that in a movie. I want to do that, and I want to do this, and people end up doing things that they don't even like. Yeah, because it's what you do at Christmas, right? Yeah. You kind of need to reassess your traditions and your kids are slightly older now, they're still younger, and just because you did it as a kid, as a tradition when you were a child and you hated it, why are you still doing it now? Yeah. Reassess and do what makes you feel happy because it's your Christmas. It's not somebody else's Christmas. Oh, my nan always did that. So, you can remember your nan in another way. At the end of the day, it's got to work for you and your family. And if you're running yourself ragged, doing all of these things that your family doesn't actually care about, they just want you. They just spend some time with your sofa watching the Grinch, or remember that it's your Christmas as well. And the most important part of Christmas is the togetherness with a family. And being that it's not about doing all the things all the time and exhausting yourself to the point where you are just can't even say the C word until November. Break it and focus on 3 things that are important to you at Christmas, and then put your energies into those 3 things, and everything else can wait. It can wait. It's not important. As long as those 3 priorities that you have are sorted at Christmas, that's what you want. Yeah. That is what you want. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I love that you do Christmas, you do your Christmas. I think that is just spot on. Yeah, absolutely spot on. Definitely. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to pop all the links to your everything's in the Why does everyone always do that when they're doing that video description below? I don't know. It's like it'll appear here and it never does. I know, but I'll do all that and thank you very much. I just think we're gonna cut out any minute now because
we've been talking.
No
so
worries.
yeah, it's been absolutely
It's been
fantastic.
so lovely to chat to you.
Yeah, it's been lovely. Thank you so much. And I just have all the fuzzies now.
I really want to make your recipe. I saw that gingerbread millionaire's shortbread and I was like, whoa,
It's so good.
Why didn't I think of that?
So good.
Like a marriage made in heaven.
It is so good. You've got to try it. So good. I'm going to hold you to that as well.
I'm the extra pound on you.
I'll hold you to that. I want to see your photos.
Absolutely. My daughter was like, Mummy, we have to make that. And I was like, so much for the diet.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, I think it freezes well. So.
No, it makes it into the freezer.
Well, yeah, this is it, isn't it? Yeah, I understand. Totally. Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, and I hope to chat to you soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think like I've got a thing come up to say that we've got like 30 seconds left. So thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.